Hey everybody, my name is Rydo and today we are starting the 7th Guest. This is a probably 20 plus year old game. I should have looked at the release date, but I didn't. Alright, moving forward. And the intro is pretty long, so let's go ahead and jump in here. Slight warning here, I suppose, is that this is being a very old game. It's like 640 by 620 by 480 resolution. YouTube gives us new options where I could record it actually at that resolution, and maybe if you were watching on a monitor with that resolution, you wouldn't see black bars on the side. But frankly, the recording setup and changing settings to accommodate that makes no sense. And this is a full motion video game, which means that they have rotoscoped or overlaid real actors on top of animated backgrounds, and this is probably one of the earliest ones to ever come out. So they've done like a patchwork with the pixels, which makes all of the characters look very ghostly. Now the reason why, there's two main reasons I suppose why I want to play this game before we start. Is one, I haven't ever played it before, so this could be really difficult by modern standards of just figuring out what the codes are and how to solve the puzzles are. And two, this is coming out during October, during my Halloween month, and a Kickstarter fan project that seems to have gotten an official license of the 7th Guest, and its sequel, The 11th Hour, is coming out. It's called The 13th Doll, and boy does that look pretty. And certainly this is a cult favorite and fan favorite game, and I have missed the boat. That's enough intro I think we need to do right now. This intro is long, and there's really no way to skip it. When you first launch the game, it tells you it's loading up MIDI drivers. This launches from Steam perfectly fine, but if you want to make sure you have the most up-to-date version of the Scum VM emulator, or virtual machine, whatever it is actually, you can go ahead and download Scum VM 2.0 is what's available as of this recording. And honestly, it doesn't seem like the settings are too much different from the default just clicking the play button on Steam and setting up the settings myself. I'm using the high quality 3x filter, which takes 1 pixel and then basically turns it into 9 pixels, 3 by one direction and 3 by the other direction, and tries to do some quality filtering.
He was a drifter, moving from town to town, robbing a gas station here,
this full motion video
store there,
being put on here
until
is actually
one night
a lot better than what you see once you get into the game, from what I've seen. And see, this feels a lot like
from
Myst,
choir practice,
where
but she never got there.
Myst had
Stauf
these videos inside of
ran
books.
Instead, Stauf had to run and hide.
Incredibly small amount of
he
the
had nothing,
picture
no life, no
is
possessions,
actually being shown
no
as video,
dreams.
and it's kind of awkward that it's crooked. I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually a border around the video. No, I guess that it really is just a tilted video.
A doll.
That's how old this game is, that it's hard-coded how they show the video so that it is at a slant. Meanwhile, ignoring even the black bars at a 1080p resolution compared to a scaled up 620 by 480, the vast majority of the screen is just white animated book.
Twiddling the haunting face until it was an exact replica
So
And when he was
this
done,
guy is the setup here of he had a vision of a doll and he carved it.
Stauf went to town, to a bar. The owner had a daughter. Ooh, he said his girl would love the strange doll. And Stauf offered it to the man. And the owner, in turn, offered Stauf food and a place to stay.
So he gets richer and richer by
A
this
simple
dream.
transaction. The first of many.
When were creepy dolls first introduced, I wonder? As a concept. This might be one of the originators of the concept of creepy dolls, but you certainly have to go back into the 1800s, 1920s during the Depression era. Most of the kids' toys, by modern standards, looked incredibly creepy and incredibly grotesque and weird. There's a very
Stauf
famous
created the puzzle just
toy.
as he saw it, and everyone wanted one.
So it feels like what happened is in Depression era and early
Stauf opened up a shop
1900s
because everyone wanted
and
a Stauf
1800s
toy.
dolls,
Every boy and
porcelain
girl in the
dolls
town,
and such
from all the neighboring towns. A Stauf toy is a toy for
got
life, people said.
made and
No two were
popularized.
alike. Everyone loved his unique toys.
I wouldn't be
Henry Stauf
surprised
grew
if
wealthy,
even in the
then a strange
1700s
virus came,
or the
and some of the
1600s,
children started
very,
dying.
very rich people across the world were giving their kids porcelain dolls. But when did they start being creepy?
Dying.
It's
Clutching
probably the
Stauf
era
so
of
close.
photography, and they have the natural effect of being the uncanny valley, where they look sort of human but not completely human.
And there was this one last vision, a last dream of a great house, a mansion that the wealthy toy maker was to build. A strange house, a house that scared people.
And that's where we're going to be wandering around in the game. Like I said, an incredibly long intro. One assumes that it's kind of like a Velveteen Rabbit tuberculosis type situation where the dolls were passing around diseases and causing people to die. Doesn't seem like that was inherently his point. So by only showing some of the pixels, these characters look very ghost-like. I'm not sure if they are supposed to be ghosts or not. It did seem like that lady had like a skeleton face on her face, or if it just looked that way. Now the 13th doll fully filled in people that fully match and don't stand out. The sadness is there was another Kickstarter that failed for a remaster of The Seventh Guest. And
Lord, it smells awful.
Arguably, this is still the intro, by the way. It failed for the right reasons, because the cult following of The Seventh Guest doesn't really include anybody new to point-and-click adventures, or, I mean, point-and-click adventures certainly aren't super popular in 2018. So had you made a remaster, you would have had to convince everybody who already owns The Seventh Guest to buy it again.
Nothing.
And that clearly just shouldn't be the way for it to go. Here we've got that creepy skeleton hand, and it points us in a couple different ways. You can go up here, and this will take us to the menu. And before we do anything else, I guess we can save. Select a number. 1. Name of save game A. Okay.
Your game has been saved.
And you have voice acting, so this can't be that old of a game. And we have a little bit of a map, and so that'll come into play, certainly. Then you click farewell as a cancel to go back, and I guess you click return to return, which that's inconsistent as all get out. Let's see, what does this do? It does like a 360 spin.
My, isn't this a cheery place?
See the little skeleton face on her? Unfortunately, there's no escaping this, at least with the mouse.
I'm not sure we should have been
And
here
space
Why? Because it's
doesn't
a
do
spooky old house.
anything. Enter doesn't
Don't
do
worry, dear.
anything.
I'll watch out for you.
Arrow keys don't do anything. WASD doesn't do anything. Escape doesn't do anything. And normally in ScumVM, like hitting F4 or F5 or F6 or F7 would do something too. Doesn't seem like it does anything here. So, future reference, don't click that unless you want to see the
Lord, it smells
intro
awful
drama sections.
Too. What's Stauf been doing here?
We are left with no real goals here. And these are probably all friends of the programmer, just dressing up and acting. Whereas, one thing you could say about Broken Sword or any of the Indiana Jones point-and-click adventures, at least they tell you pretty quickly what you're supposed to be doing. And it seems like you can move a little bit further. And if I come over here, alright, we are good. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the smiling, frowning drama face would just play that again and move on. The one thing it doesn't seem like you can do is just leave. And see, it's waggling your finger, which I guess tells you you can't go that way. So let's just go left. This is very flying through a room animation styles to specific points. And we've got creepy paintings. And we're probably doing alright. Now I've just played Layers of Fear that tried to be a creepy game with creepy paintings, and boy was that not scary as far as the game. So I bet this mansion and this game in general by modern comparisons is going to only be difficult in the level of the overlap and the complexity and figuring out what you need to do.
I guess our host wants us to fend for ourselves.
Oh, I've tasted better fare.
At least he left his regrets.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
I don't
The guy
know.
faded out so you could
It
see the
says that
lady
we're
behind
each
it.
to have a piece. Exactly the same, including the symbols.
What? That's impossible.
Okay. So we've got this brain busting puzzle. We've got chatter, which I guess the chatter would probably be the eating of the food.
Ah,
become a grave digger now, have we? You are a glutton for punishment.
Okay. So, seems like I can... There's a brown eye and a blue eye. And it seems like it kind of just cycles through. So, how many people were there to start with? 4, 6? It would have to be an equal number, wouldn't it? If you're just supposed to get an equal piece. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So everybody should have 2 great headstones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So everybody should have 2 of those. So I think what we would do...
2 skulls and 2 stones. The rest is just icing.
Let's see.
Puzzling.
That's a piece. And what do I do now?
Some cannot be created more equal than others.
No, that won't work. There's also 5 pieces of icing. So let's start over here. We've got to get one of these skulls. We gotta get one of these headstones. Something like this, 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 and this has to be it. Which then means that these 2 and these 2 don't work. So unless I'm supposed to do... Nope, I cannot do that. Seems like the right clicking. Okay, so they need 1 piece and 1 piece extra and everything else. Alright. So this probably is it. And then this has to be this. This isn't too difficult of a puzzle. I guess there may have been a rule here to specifically include every single piece, so we all eat the cake, or they all eat the cake. Alright, well, I think that works just fine. And it'll be interesting to see if it automatically just... Nope, I still have to click on everything on the final one.
There.
Not too difficult of a puzzle. But what does that get me? Just the next scene.
Don't worry, I won't bite. Edward, we could help each other out. I could help you, and you could help me. Come Come and talk in my bedroom upstairs, where it's nice and private.
They were assigned bedrooms? And there's the skull faces. And his head was being blown. And now we've got screaming for no reason. By the way, this game screams when you leave also. So what does this do? By the way. Just causes everything to dance around. Yep. There's a lot of people on Steam that want games like this that are old to have achievements and such, and honestly, ScumVM has no real way of checking for that. You basically would have to watch memory locations. Seems like I can't do it. I know on some of the retro games there's retro achievements that's trying to do that, but it's just something that they haven't put the effort into yet. Very flat bookcases on the wall there. It's wallpaper of having cupboards. Let's see. Well, if we turn around, yeah. Do we see anything from a different angle? No, it's kind of just the interior angle. I could see 20 years ago people getting stuck on a game like this, and maybe I did try to play this game at one time and get stuck. But I have a hard time believing I would have been stuck on that puzzle. That seemed very doable and very reasonable. Here we have a dark room, which this is a point-and-click adventure game, so maybe we should save just in case it decides to do something different. The way the mouse points is odd, certainly.
Your game has been saved.
Like, I don't want to run into a situation where I die because of a stupid jump scare. Alright, and so now we can go into this next area, and this area is marked as being red, so I assume that is done. This is supposed to be like a 9-hour game. Put me in a different place though. This almost feels like it's gonna be like a murder mystery. You could certainly I'm pretty sure did make a live action Clue game, at least one, that wasn't so much around playing Clue or Cluedo. And see, we can trigger a drama as it is. I guess I should before I spin around. A lot of very early 3D modeling going on here. Not terrible looking though. It is something that you would still see asset flips in very low effort games with this level of animation come out on Steam on a near daily basis. Of course, the difference is this is 20 years ago, so this would have been extremely difficult to do. Nowadays, you could do it very easily. So she's moving something over there, but I don't see anything. I might need to collect some items before I can do that puzzle, however. Like, her motions weren't so distinctive that they looked like anything was there or you were doing anything. I guess we have to go forward. And it's zooming in really, really close. The ability to just walk around in a 3D environment certainly is something that helps games be more free-flowing and under the control of the player. Having to do this to twist in every direction, apparently I can't go in that door either, is just like way too much.
Here's food for thought. Be warned, though. Your mind will be gorged before this night is done.
I have literally no indication as far as what I'm supposed to be doing here. It seems like I can switch anything with anything. So am I supposed to be alphabetized?
There's more to these cans than meets the eye.
Let's see. There's more of these cans than meets the eye. Like, I seriously doubt you could have a bunch of these in any way. It's like, there's no O. So, let's see, what if we were to do...
I don't think you can do this.
It's like... The game is giving me hints that I don't know what I'm doing, which I think is probably fair. So let's...
I'm going to have to start again.
Let's exit this area. And so you get an interesting little look. So yeah, it seems like this door will unlock once we can figure out what we're supposed to do there. And it seems like that lady knew that that door would unlock. Walking into blackness. There's another definite indicator of how old this game is. You can't even fake the next room. Of course, even like Resident Evil 1 or 2 was still opening doors in the blackness when they didn't need to. I'm guessing this door does not open until you've beat the whole game. And this is somewhat around the goal of solving all the puzzles so you can escape. Now I don't know if the 11th hour takes any role in this house, or if it's just kind of a spiritual successor to the game. I suppose perhaps next year, around Halloween, we'll try to play the 11th hour, assuming I have even a decent experience with this. It is very weird to judge a 20-year-old game compared to something like Layers of Fear, which I just played, which is an almost brand new game, and where the level of quality is and where the standards are have changed drastically. Seems like there's something over here. And there's almost certainly something on the picture frame. Look at it fading in and out. if this is a glitch or what. Is it supposed to be telling me something from that? And I can't walk forward. Is the game glitched? I would assume that this is playable on the ScumVM engine because it's being sold on Steam. Someone did make an interesting argument that I think is kind of weird to say. When you re-release a game like this and make it compatible and just work on Windows 10, do you list it as a new game or do you list it as a 20-year-old game? And people have made the argument that it should be listed as a 20-year-old game. And I think that's somewhat fair. There are a lot of shenanigans that go on Steam about listing the date as the wrong date. Let's see, I guess we are now in this area and we can't get in this area. Interesting. Well, so far so good. HowLongToBeat.com says this is a 9-hour game. So, if I'm on track, I think I'm good. It does feel like we will run into puzzles and not have the key that we need to solve those puzzles. That's generally speaking good game design, but more often than not you would kind of want very heavy indicators that you shouldn't try and brute force a puzzle trying to find the solution. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, I ask people to friend me on Steam and gift me a game. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.